Hello, welcome back to those that have seen our videos before. We are going to be doing a movie review of Beauty and the Beast.
You must leave here. This castle is alive.
Who's there?
Do you wish to take your father's place?
Come into the light.
Show me the girl.
Look at her. What if she is the one? The one who'll break the spell?
Hello. You can talk.
Well, of course he can talk.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
The Master's not as terrible as he appears.
I say we kill the beast!
Think of the one thing you've always wanted. Find it in your mind's eye and feel it in your heart.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Beauty and the Beast just came out this week. Its official opening date is March 17th, and it actually originated from the animated Disney Beauty and the Beast that came out in November 1991.
We just got back from seeing it. We went to the Thursday showing, 7 o'clock showing, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's basically the animated film in live action. There's a few added things, but nothing too off the page that you wouldn't expect.
A few additional songs.
Yeah, the movie starts out a little different than the animated film. There's a little more backstory into Belle's mom, which was not in the animated film, I don't believe at all.
And I think Gaston is his story. It kind of explains.
Yeah, it goes more into
more about his personality
Yeah.
from the get-go. So I thought that was neat.
Of course, the big controversies before the movie came out with the trailers was the CGI on the Beast and the yellow dress, and of course the LeFou being gay.
And I don't really get that. So everyone made a big huff about LeFou being gay, but I mean,
couldn't tell.
I think you can tell, a little bit in the animated one, and I think he kind of keeps to that consistency in the new version. So I didn't think there was a huge difference. I mean, I feel like you could always tell, he kind of had a thing for Gaston a little bit, but...
Yeah, it wasn't, overt. Between everything you see on the news now and everything on TV, there was nothing in Beauty and the Beast that was any worse than that.
No.
Anyway, the original animated, of course, came out in 1991. It was under the Michael Eisner Disney regime. It was produced by Jeffrey Katzenberg. The music, of course, was done by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman. They also did The Little Mermaid.
Right.
Little Mermaid was their first film. The second film was Beauty and the Beast. Of course, Ashman actually did not get to see the final product of Beauty and the Beast. He had been diagnosed with AIDS the year before, and he died actually before the movie was released. And they actually did most of the singing and the preparation for it was actually done in New York, close to his house, because he was so sick. But of course, all his original songs are in the movie, of course, with the added songs. And there's a Celine Dion song at the end. She does the end credit song.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really good movie. I didn't have any problems with it. I thought the CGI actually was really good.
Yeah, I didn't think it was over the top with the Beast.
Yeah, I thought it came out well. I mean, it looked weird in the trailers, but the actual movie, it came out just fine, I think, personally.
What were your thoughts on Belle's voice, like her singing voice?
Actually, like, I thought, obviously she took a lot of flack. That was another big controversy before the movie came out, but I thought everybody had a good singing voice. I didn't find any problems with anybody's singing voices.
The first song she sung, I actually thought, like, at first it sounded a little automated, but, I mean, I'm sure it was slightly.
Auto-tuned, you mean?
Yeah.
I think Emma Watson, after this movie, may no longer be Hermione Granger. I think after this comes out, she may be known for this instead.
Belle. Love her.
I think Lumiere was my favorite character. The Candle.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And then Cogsworth, he is very funny. And then, of course, when he goes into his human form, he's Sir Ian McKellen, which was hilarious.
I don't think there was, like, a character I didn't like. I mean, obviously, you, like, throughout the movie, it's natural to be like, oh my gosh, Gaston, like, no, don't want him with Belle, you know, he comes off arrogant, but you still, like him. Yeah. So.
And I think it's definitely up there with Cinderella, and, you know, they started their live action with, I think it was Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, which didn't go so well. But then again, most of Tim Burton's movies haven't gone so well the last couple years. Then they had Maleficent.
Yeah.
Which wasn't very well received. And then they went into Cinderella.
But I actually enjoyed Maleficent. I thought it was a different perspective. And it actually made me like Maleficent. I don't know why. Like, you know, the Disney original version, I was like, who wants to have anything to do with her? But then you see this kind of version, and you're like, oh, okay, like, I understand, like, where she's coming from. You understand kind of what happens, but Cinderella was really good, though.
Yeah, Cinderella is what really saved their live action.
This movies. One's going to be a huge saving grace for them. Huge.
I think it was tracking for $120 million opening weekend, and I think it could surpass that. I think it could go up in maybe 170. I noticed everybody in our theater, like, when we got to the theater, the parking lot was pretty empty. So it was kind of worrisome at first, but then when you get into the theater, it turned out that all the cars that were in the parking lot were all there to see Beauty and the Beast.
A little background, though. We have a very small theater just up the street from us, which is what we go to most of the time. So normally they don't have, like, huge crowds. Like, I think the last few huge crowds they've had was, like, Jurassic World, Suicide Squad, those type of movies that, like, had originated with, like, a huge fan base. So I thought they still had, a great crowd. It was a little concerning because you're like, oh, wow, all right, cool. It's not going to be that crowded, like, more room for us. But we walked in and it was like...
I think people are still getting used to the idea that there's no more midnight showings of a lot of these bigger movies now. Most theaters, if you go on a Thursday, you either have like a 7 o'clock or a 10 o'clock, and that's pretty much your only shot at seeing it on Thursday.
And I kind of really like that because I am a complete grandma. Like, I don't want to be out at, like, midnight on a Thursday night, like, when I gotta work in the morning on Friday. And I used to do that for, like, all the Harry Potters. I'd go to the midnight showing, because I wasn't gonna wait until Friday. So I really like the concept of, I can still be home at a decent time and go to bed.
I love a good midnight movie. My last 2 midnight movies were Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, and both of them were awesome, so... I love going to a midnight show. It's all the nerds are there.
Hey, I think there were still nerds at Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Star Wars.
If you're going the first day, you're a nerd.
Yeah.
Like, you're into it. But as far as Beauty and the Beast, if you want to get into any spoilers, I think the movie starts off very different, I think, from the original. It starts off with the king, or the prince, I don't know really what he is, in his castle.
He's the prince.
He's much more flamboyant. It starts off at a ball, and he's like, everybody has on makeup, they have on wigs. It's very reminiscent of American Revolutionary times. And that's where your first new song comes into the picture, and then of course the witch comes in and offers him the rose. He denies it, and that's when he turns into the beast. So,
but she's still an old lady.
Yes, yeah, and then eventually once he turns down the rose,
still a normal background. She gives him 2 chances. Still's no, and then she turns into the beautiful I can't even say that word.
Enchantress?
Yes.
And then, of course, the next thing it goes into Belle and her opening number.
Did you notice, wait, pause. Going back to the beginning. So, you know how Disney movies, they always show the castle, do a little firework jazz number. Did you notice in the beginning how it actually started, you could see something in the distance, and it looked almost like it could be a village, but it turned out it wasn't, and then it kind of pans to the castle and does, the firework number. Did you notice that?
At the very beginning?
Yeah.
Opening credits?
Yeah.
Not really. I wasn't really paying that much attention, to be honest.
So it did that, and I was like, what is that they're, showing? Because, Cinderella's castle, there's nothing ever, there that they show before that. Well, cuts into, the new picture of the Beast Castle, and, it's the castle they show. I think the castle is a lot different than in the animated, and it has huge grounds, and it's just, its own, I don't want to just say thing, but...
Its own version.
No, it's just, it's its own, little village, almost. So... That's actually what that was in the distance. It was his castle. So, if you're going to see it, pay attention to that in the beginning and see if you can tell as well. But I'm 90% sure that was his castle.
Then after that, the movie pretty much stays straightforward to the animated version, other than the background on her mom. When you first meet her dad, you go into their house, and he's actually making a
trinket.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them, the ballerinas that spin around.
A music box almost,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a box. It was more of well, what is that? I can't think of a geometry term for that.
Cube?
No. And it's it almost looks like a thinner version, more of a pavilion type thing, but obviously solid. It's a solid.
Anyway, so that was a little different, and then of course you meet Gaston, who's Luke Evans. I thought he was the perfect Gaston.
He did really
amazing. Well. And other than,
but I really liked. I just blanked on his name.
LeFou? Josh
LeFou,
Gad.
yes. I thought he played a great LeFou.
Yeah, he was. Everybody was top notch in their roles.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Emma Watson. You're brilliant.
I didn't realize.
Can I say that in an English accent? I can't even say an English accent, but brilliant.
I didn't realize that Emma Thompson was actually the. She played the cup, the mother teacup.
Oh, yeah, until the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until the end as well. And I was like...
She's, of course, in Saving Mr. Banks, which is all about
a
Walt
huge,
Disney.
yeah, a huge Disney movie. So, about Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
So, like, when I was like, how funny is it that, like, we have this movie, because I actually thought that movie came across, like, really well. Like, everyone was excited for it.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my... I think Colin Farrell should have been nominated for something for that movie, because he's at the heart of that movie.
And then she kind of pops into this other one. And I'm like, how cool would that be if they just, like, put her in these, like, little hidden... not hidden, like, oh gosh. You know how, like, in Toy Story or, like, Lion King, you can always find hidden little, Easter eggs, yes. It's almost like a little Easter egg, I feel like.
Then after, of course, moves into, her dad going to the castle, gets held prisoner, blah, blah, blah. You meet the Beast, I would say, like, the first time for real. Then,
yeah, I mean, yeah, they show, like, a glimpse of him.
Yeah.
So.
Then you go into, of course, Belle goes to save him, trades her place, with him. She ends up in the cell. I found this Beast to actually be, much more, aggressive than the animated version. Like, he is much meaner, I thought, in this.
The way they did it, so, spoiler, like, when Belle trades places with her dad, in the animated, we have, Lumiere, and he kind of, like, hinting to, the Beast, like, hey, like, she's gonna be here for a while, let's give her a room. So, the way they always portray the Beast is kind of like what they did in this movie. He's kind of more mean and aggressive. Like, he has a lot of built-up anger. Like, he's been trapped as a beast for a while now. So I really liked how they played it in this movie. So she actually stayed there, and the beast kind of, like, left. And then it's actually Lumiere, I can never say his name, Lumiere, who releases her and is like, let me take you to a room.
Yeah, the Beast doesn't know that they're giving her a room or, feeding her, blah, blah, blah.
And then they have a separate scene where, like, it comes out that they did that, and then he's, like, mad, but, he knows them so well that, like, or he has a chance to cool down. So I thought that was kind of, like, I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, then everything from there is pretty much straightforward from the animation. I think the only song they did really that wasn't from the animated movie was after Belle leaves to go save her dad from the mob back in the village. The Beast sings a song from the castle.
That wasn't the only one, though.
I know, I'm just...
Maurice does his own number.
Oh, yeah, I guess Maurice does have a number.
He does his first.
There's 3 or 4 original songs in there. But the rest are all the Howard Ashman, Alan Menken, Be Our Guest. The Beauty and the Beast theme song, of course. Everything's in there.
The castle, like, I know I've already said it, but the castle is really different. And I've kind of gone back and forth where, like, I like some things about it better than the original, but I don't like certain things about it and like more of the original. So, like where they keep the cell, like, there's just, like, these drop-offs. And I'm like, I think I like the other version better. But, and, toss-up. If you love the library, I think they're pretty equal. I can't tell which I like better of the library. The original or the remake.
Another question I have, in the animated, of course, this is a spoiler video, so we're going to go into detail about the movie, but in this movie, when Maurice tells everybody that Belle's trapped in the castle, and, they don't believe him, but they ride out there anyway, Gaston, of course, ties him to a tree and leaves him for the wolves to eat. I don't remember that in the animated version at all.
No. So what they did in the animated was, he went into the bar and was like, the Beast has my daughter. He has Belle. Da da da. And they're like, all right, you crazy person. And they threw him out into the cold. And so that's when he kind of goes back to the house, puts on his like little cape, his coat, and tries to go through the snow, because it was actually snowy in the village as well. And he tries to travel to the snow to help Belle, like, get her out. So that's kind of what, and then he kind of, like, falls ill while he's, like, trying to reach her. And that's kind of what she sees in the mirror, yeah.
Yeah, and this one, they tried to murder him.
Yeah, so this one was different. Gaston kind of was like, I really like your daughter, so I'm actually, I'm gonna, like, play along with this.
Yeah.
So they go on, like, a little ride, so kind of in the animated version where Maurice is first going on his journey, he comes to, like, this, crossroads and is like, he can either take the light path where the sun is shining, or he can take, like, the doomsday path, and of course he takes the doomsday. Well, in the remake, he's just going down the path, and all of a sudden, like, lightning hits a tree, and a tree branch falls and kind of, like, blocks his way. And then, of course, all of a sudden you see, like, this other path that, like, you didn't really see before. And he's like, all right, well, we can go this way. He talks to his horse. So he's like, yeah, let's go this way, Philippe. And so they kind of, like, head back towards that way. He sees a tree, and, like, the limb's not over. It's, like, back to how it was.
So now he's confused on which way to go.
Yeah, so he's, like, talking, and Gaston's like, listen, dude, like...
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just goes off from there.
Yeah. I was a little worried. Those wolves are pretty menacing. I thought they might pull a Game of Thrones on us. Those wolves might take out Bill, and we'd be done.
If you watched Game of Thrones, you understand.
Those wolves are vicious. But I really enjoyed the movie. I thought everything was very well done. I'd give it we've decided, since our background is all movie posters.
Wait, okay, explain it, but let's not rate it right away. Explain.
Okay, well, most review channels will do, 5 stars for this. Or, like, if you watch the Schmoes, they do, 2 out of 3 Schmoes, for this movie. And everybody kind of has their own thing they do for ratings. And so we thought, since we have so many movie posters on the wall in the background here, that we would rate by movie posters, how many movie posters we would give it.
Yeah. So, okay, before we rate, I want to do, what was your, like, favorite part of the movie?
I have to say when the villagers come to the castle and they all the inanimate objects fight back.
Yeah.
They had some pretty entertaining ways to take out the villagers. Like that piano was pretty vicious, throwing his keys out there, folks.
They showed a lot of more villagers than I actually kind of expected they would, like when they're first walking up towards, like, the castle.
And I also don't remember in this version, when she puts the spell on the beast, she also makes the villagers forget that the castle is there. I don't remember that in the animated version.
I don't remember them, like, specifically saying that, but it might have, like, sort of been implied, because no one did.
Yeah, like, Mrs. Potts in this version obviously has a husband, and, like, he doesn't remember her that he's her husband.
Yeah, because he was in the village.
Yeah, and then after
that was
the spell is broken, everybody kind of remembers that the castle is there, and this is the prince, and they all come back, and so, yeah, I'd say my favorite part was the big action fight at the end.
I'm kind of in a toss-up between mine. This is going to sound so weird, but I really liked when they walked into her bedroom, because, it was still nice in the animated, but I thought it was, like, the details in this one were really well done. And then my other one is the library, because I still can't tell which library I liked, but this one, it was... If you like books and you like libraries, you're going to fall in love with both of them. So I thought it was still a really pretty library that I would love to have. Yeah, so those are my favorites.
You want to do your rating first, or you want me to go?
I'll do mine first. I honestly, we're doing it out of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would give a 5 out of 5, and it's not because I'm partial to Beauty and the Beast, but the characters were on point. The music and adding some original songs were, just kind of, it made it more special. And I liked that they gave a background and kind of showed more of a relationship between Belle and Maurice, and then also gave a background on Belle's mother, and kind of gave a background of Gaston and kind of where his anger came from. So that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 posters.
I give it a 4.5 posters out of 5. No movie's perfect, but I thought CGI was on point. Had a great cast. You can never go wrong with that kind of talent in your movie. The music was on point, and it followed the animated film, but also was able to do some original things with it that enhanced the movie. So I'd go 4.5 out of 5 movie posters.
Yeah, so I think overall we're saying go see it.
Yeah, so that was our spoiler review of Beauty and the Beast, and we can't wait to do our next movie. Hopefully it'll be the Power Rangers. We'll have to see.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.